What's going on, guys? I got a subscriber submission video for you. Christopher, so shout out to Christopher. He wanted me to talk about the San Francisco 49ers defense. And while the 49ers aren't a team that I'm most familiar with, I do like what they're doing on defense. I like how they played the draft last year especially. Well, really over the last 2 years. You got DeFrosty Buckner, a very big, athletic defensive tackle, or basically defensive lineman. You can play him wherever you want to. He's got them long arms that rushing the quarterback or getting a hold of running back. So you're really close. Then you went ahead and picked up Solomon Thomas, which was a great pick. And then you basically got the steal of the draft in Reuben Foster when you traded up to get him in the late first round, which was awesome. Spectacular pick. I loved Reuben Foster coming out of college last season. I think he was like my second or third overall player on my big board behind Myles Garrett. I can't remember if I had him ranked ahead of Leonard Fournette or behind, but I love Reuben Foster. Coming out of college, I'd never seen someone diagnose and read an offensive play faster than what Reuben Foster did. Not only that, he graded out better than linebackers like C.J. Mosley, Luke Kuechly. He graded out better than all of those guys when it comes to the combine and pro days and talking about football to scouts and whatnot and getting all of his measurables. He graded out better than these guys. He graded out as the best linebacker over the last decade. So Reuben Foster was a huge gift for you guys. So lucky to have him. I wanted him for my team. We didn't get him because he has some off-field stuff going on. So you ended up getting a steal in him. So you're building that front seven of your defense, and you're building it very, very stoutly. You could use maybe another edge rusher on the other side because Eric Armstrong or Armstead or whatever his name is, he's set to be go to free agency this year. He's kind of been a bust, so you could use another edge rusher or maybe another outside linebacker to really solidify that front seven. Really the weakness of this defense is your secondary. You got Eric Reed, who is a good player, who's still pretty young. He's set to be a free agent, so you got to go ahead and re-sign him. Get him under contract. You got John Lynch there. He's the perfect guy to get you some good secondary help. I think he's a Hall of Famer. I don't know if he's a Hall of Famer, but if he's not, he was a very, very good safety in the league. Probably one of the best ever. If he's not in the Hall of Fame, he should be. But he's the perfect guy to find you some talented secondary help. The draft this year isn't quite as stacked in secondary help as it was last season. You know, when Marshawn Lattimore, Jamal Adams, Malik Hooker, and all these other guys went in the draft. There's not those type of guys in this draft. Yes, you got Minkah Fitzpatrick and Darwin James, who Minkah Fitzpatrick you're not going to get since you started winning games and you moved back in the draft process, but Darwin James could certainly fall to you, which would be a tremendous help pairing him back there with Eric Reed. I'm going to give you two very, very, very good safeties. Or you could look at the cornerback position. And also, Ronnie Harrison out of Alabama. He gets overshadowed a lot by Minkah Fitzpatrick, but he's a very good safety as well. Very good in coverage, very physical against the run. He should also be a guy that y'all take a good long look at over the offseason. But then you could go look at some cornerbacks, and you can look at Denzel Ward. You can look at Josh Jackson. You can look at Carlton Davis, who I'm very high on. Who is Tavares McFadden. Those are some guys who will probably go in the first round, but you guys are, just because you're moving back in the draft process, it would still be a bit of a reach to go ahead and grab one of those guys, except for maybe Carlton Davis, but he's not getting a whole lot of attention in this draft class. But not only that, there's mid-round help that's deeper in terms, there's not as much top-end talent in this draft, but it's deeper in terms of mid-round talent. So in the mid-round, you can look at someone like Jari Alexander, Kevin Tulliver, several other guys I can't think of right off the top of my head. Isaiah Oliver, also a good first rounder who's got good fluid hips, but you have the chance to take a big step forward next season. I thought you was this season. I thought you was going to take a big step forward this season, but I was wrong, but I was right at the same time. I kind of thought you guys could make that turnaround this year like the Titans did last year. Maybe if you would have got Jimmy G sooner, that could have happened, and I could have been 100% right instead of 50% right, but that's okay. But anyway, shout out to Christopher for this topic. Appreciate your submission. Anybody else got anything you want me to talk about? drop it in the comment section below, and I'll get you featured and shout out on a video just like I did Christopher. Hope you guys have a great day, and thanks for watching.